Mark lived perpetually in the chase. Every morning, he woke up feeling behind before his feet even hit the floor. As a freelance graphic designer, Mark's day was a non-stop marathon, chasing new clients, chasing old invoices, and chasing the big projects he knew he deserved. He worked 14-hour days. Coffee was his blood, and email was his breath. But Mark's career felt like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. The harder he worked, the more empty and needy he felt. He sent out hundreds of cold pitches, fighting tooth and nail for every small contract. He constantly undercut his prices to guarantee the win. He would jump for joy when a big project landed, only to immediately sink back into exhaustion and anxiety, terrified that the success would vanish at any moment. One day, Mark received an invitation to a small design conference. He almost skipped it, thinking he didn't have the time, and it wouldn't directly lead to money. But then he thought, what the heck, I'll try it once. At the conference, instead of aggressively handing out business cards like he usually did, Mark sat quietly through a session on the power of silence in branding. He ended up sitting next to a calm, older gentleman named David. Mark was still in chase mode. He had just received an email from a highly coveted potential client he was desperate to work with. Mark sighed, turning to David. I wish I could land that gig with that company. They are my absolute dream client. I've sent them everything, but they keep ghosting me. I'm trying so hard. David smiled gently, a smile that held no rush. I understand that feeling, Mark, but your problem is that you are chasing them. Mark frowned. Well, what else am I supposed to do? Sit back and wait? No, you have to change your frequency. David said, his voice steady. When you chase, you are telling the universe, I am not enough. That is the frequency of scarcity. And it causes things to run from you. You need to shift to the frequency of attraction. David explained, to attract, you have to stop worrying about what you will get, and focus entirely on delivering extraordinary value. You must operate from a state of, I already have enough, and I am the expert. Mark was skeptical, but he was tired of his old way of doing things. So what do I do about that client? Mark asked. David shrugged. Forget them. Don't send one more thing. Instead, take your spare time and do that one brilliant personal project you've been putting off. Create something you are purely proud of, something driven by value and creative excellence. Become the magnet, instead of the runner. Mark reluctantly took the advice. He spent the next 2 weeks working on a passion side project, redesigning the public signage for the city. He didn't do it for money, he did it for professional pride. He poured his highest energy into it, unburdened by client demands. When he finished, Mark posted it online. He didn't advertise his services, he simply provided value in the form of an example of excellence. The following Monday morning, Mark got an email. It wasn't the old prospect. It was the largest design agency in the city, a firm Mark had never dared to pitch. Assuming he wasn't good enough, they had seen his signage project and were stunned by its clarity and creative conviction. They wrote, "We see you operating at a very high frequency. We need that kind of energy here. Can you come in for a meeting?" Mark realized it when he stopped chasing from a place of scarcity and started creating value from a place of competence. Success was no longer a frantic pursuit. It became a natural phenomenon. Mark didn't find success. He attracted it with his own excellence. From that day on, Mark never had to run again. He just had to keep giving extraordinary value.